Introduction to Networks, Final Packet Tracer Skills Assessment. You will configure the router A. Okay, this router A, switch A, the only one switch. You will also connect two PCs using a switch and a router. Okay, PCA, PCB. You will subnet the 192.168.10.0 24 prefix network to provide IPv4 addresses for two subnets that will support the required number of hosts. The larger subnet, LAN1, requires 100 hosts, and the smaller subnet, LAN2, requires 50 hosts. Okay, build a network. Build a network according the logical topology. Okay, and cable the network devices. Connect the hosts. Okay, up here the topology, router R1, and there are two LANs on gigabit 001 of the router LAN1, including the switch, and on gigabit 000 of the router LAN2. Okay, then this is the router A, and this is the switch. Place the network devices on the rack. Okay, and use these cables, copper straight through, then connect according the diagram from PCB to gigabit 000. Okay, router gigabit 000, and connect to PCB. This is PCB. Connect to fast Ethernet on host B or PCB. Not on RS-232 port. Connect to fast Ethernet 0. Choose another cable from gigabit 001 on router to fast Ethernet 5 on switch. Gigabit 001 on router to fast Ethernet 5 on the switch. Another cable. Now use another cable, copper straight through. Then connect PCA to fast Ethernet 6 on the switch. PCA fast Ethernet 6 on the switch. Okay, and now develop an IP addressing scheme. Okay, this is the base IP address, 192.168.10.0, 24 prefix, LAN1 100 hosts, LAN2 50 hosts. LAN1 100 hosts, LAN2 50 hosts. Okay, here is remove, then one 192.168.10 Okay, when I do 168.10 prefix 24, then place this base IPv4 address here, the first two octets in decimal, 192.168, the third octet in binary 10 is 0000110. Okay, this is 10 in binary, 8 plus 2 is 10, and 0 in binary here. Very good. 0, and for LAN 1 you need 100 hosts. For LAN 2 50 hosts. Okay, here for LAN 1 100 hosts, number of hosts 126 is very good. Okay, so the subnet mask will be this. Okay, 126 is very good, so the subnet mask or prefix this is. Okay, and now select all these, copy, and fill the remaining spaces with ones. So this is the network address 192.168.10.0. 192.168.10.0 prefix. This prefix 8 bits plus 8 bits 16 bits plus 8 bits 24 bits plus 1 25 bits. This is the broadcast address 192.168 192.168.10 127. Okay, is 127. 192.168.10 127. Prefix is the same, 25. The same prefix. So if the network is this, the first IP host is 1 next to the network, 192.168.10 1. The same prefix, and if broadcast is 127, the last IP host is 1 before the broadcast, 192.168.10 126. The same prefix. Okay, very good. Now, all these. Okay, now I allow the next number in binary. Okay, 192.168.10.0.0.0. 1010. If you have 7 ones, the next number is 1 followed by 7 zeros. Okay, if you have 7 ones here, the next number is 1 followed by 7 zeros. Okay, and this is the, but you need 50 hosts. Number of hosts 62 is a very good number for 50. So this is the subnet mask or prefix. Okay, then copy this, fill the remaining spaces with ones. This is the network address, 192.168.10.128. 192.168.10.128, but the prefix is 8 bits plus 8 bits, 16 bits plus 8 bits, 24 bits plus 2, 26. This is the broadcast address. 192.168.10 is 128 plus 63. Okay, 128 plus 63 is 191. Okay, 191. 192.168.10, 191. 192.168.10, 191. Prefix 26. Okay, you can verify if the previous broadcast is 127, the next network is 128. Very good. So allow the first IP one next to the network, 192.168.10, 129, prefix 26. And if the broadcast is 191, the last IP is 190, 192.168.10, 190, prefix 26. Okay, ready? Okay, and now assign the first IP before address of each subnet to a router interface. On LAN 1, gigabit 001. Okay, obviously on LAN 1 is placed on gigabit 001, and LAN 2 gigabit 000, LAN 2 gigabit 000, but use the first IP on each subnet or on each network, the first IP for the router interfaces. The last IP before address of each subnet to PCs. Okay, on LAN 2, the last IP address for hosts for PCB, and on LAN 1, the last IP address for PCA. The second IP before address on LAN 1 to switch A. Okay, for router the first, for switch the second, for PCA the last. Okay. Configure basic device settings. Basic settings. Okay, first router A. Also on switch, but I will start configuring router A. Okay, with power on the devices. Click here. Okay. The switch A is already power on because it's connected to power distribution device. Power on PCs. Okay, click. Okay, now I use a console cable. I will configure router A with PCA, so connect from RS-232 port on PCA to console port on router. Now configure the router, but go to PC, go to terminal, okay. and enter, enable, configure terminal. Okay, disable DNS lookup, no IP domain lookup, the host name router-a, but so the host name is router-a, case sensitive. Switch hostname, I will configure it later. Banner, appropriate banner message of the day. For example, authorized access is prohibited. Use any banner, I will use this. Enter. Console logins with this password. Access to line console number 0, the only one console. Password. Use this password. Copy. Enter and login to permit the access. Exit. Now you are on global configuration mode again. Then configure interfaces. On router A, both interfaces. Include an interface description, the IP address, subnet mask. Okay, first go for LAN 1, gigabit 001, interface gigabit 001. Add a description. Obviously, can be LAN 1. Use any description. The IP address. For LAN 1, use the first IP for router 192.168.10.1 prefix 25. IP address 192.168.10.1 255, 255, 255, 128. This is prefix 25. Okay. Enter. Now shutdown. Very nice. Okay. Don't forget. No, shutdown to enable the interface. Now go with interface gigabit 000. Description LAN 2. Okay, this another site. Okay, use the first IP on LAN 2. The first IP is 10.129 prefix 26. 10.129 and for 26 the subnet mask is 192 and no shutdown. Very nice. Okay, and configure the switch interface, but go back and configure the switch for basic settings. So use a console cable to configure the switch from PCB. From PCB RS232 port to switch A, inspect rear, connect the console port. Now you have a connection from PCB, a console connection from PCB to switch. Go to PCB, terminal, okay, enter, enable, configure terminal, disable DNS lookup, hostname, no IP domain lookup, hostname, case sensitive, switch -a. Okay, be careful with the name. Okay, hostname and banner, console password, banner, message of the day, unauthorized access is prohibited. Okay, use any banner and line console 0 password. Use this password. Enter login. Exit global configuration mode. Then configure the interface. The interface is a virtual interface VLAN 1. Interface VLAN 1. Include a description. Description, for example, LAN 1. Okay, because use any description, but I'm using LAN 1 because switch 1 is placed on LAN 1. IP address. Obviously, switch is placed on LAN 1. The first IP is 10.1, but I will use the second according the instructions. The second IP before address for the switch, 10.2 for the switch. 192.168.10.2 space and remember the prefix is 25, 285, 285, 285, 128, enter, no shutdown, exit, global configuration mode, and the switch should be reachable from devices on other networks. Configure the default gateway. That means default gateway IP default-gateway. What is the default gateway for this switch is the IP address of gigabit 001 on router 1. The IP address is the first IP on LAN 1, 192.168.10.1. 192.168.10.1. Okay, very good. Okay, now configure security settings. Configure enhanced password security. Okay, but for router and for switch, use this encrypted privilege exec password. Use this password. Okay, I will do it first on router. So you are configuring the router from PCA. Okay, this is PCA. Enter, router A, exit, global configuration mode, and privilege exec password is enable secret, and use this password. No one should know. Okay, but case sensitive because better if you use copy, enter, encrypt all plain text passwords, service password dash encryption, set minimum password length to 10 on router A, only for router, security passwords, min length 10. Okay, now configure SSH on router and switch. The domain name is netsec.com, IP domain dash name netsec.com, user and password, secret password, okay, username net admin according to the instructions, secret password, so use secret and use this password. Okay, very nice. Be careful, case sensitive. See capital C I dollar CO 12345. Okay, be careful. BTY lines to use local database line BTY. All lines from 0 to 15, you have 16 lines. Use local database, use this local username and password, login local. And only accept SSH, transport input SSH, transport input SSH. Okay, very nice. Exit. Generate RSA crypto key using 1024 bits. Crypto key generate RSA general dash keys modulus 1024. Enter. Okay, very good. Okay, these configurations for the switch, and go back. Go back here. Now for switch, security. Okay, and configure the switch. Go to switch, switch-A, global configuration mode. Enable secret. Enable secret. This password, be careful. Enter. Encrypt plain text passwords. Service password dash encryption. This is only for router. Okay. So continue with SSH configuration. IP domain dash name netsec.com and username netadmin and secret password. Use this. BTY lines, line BTY 0 to 15, login local, transport input SSH, exit. Okay, the crypto key generate RSA general keys modulus 1024. Very good. Okay, don't worry about this message, it's okay. And now secure switch ports. Okay, shut down all unused ports. Ports in use are 5 and 6, so shut down any other port. Interface range from 1 to 4, comma, 5 in use, from 6 in use from 7 to 24, and gigabit 01 and 02. Okay, from 1 to 4, 5 and 6 in use, from 7 to 24, and gigabit 01 and 02. Enter. Shut down. Shut down. Enter. Okay. Description. Okay. Shut down. Description. Description. Shut down by the admin. For example, use any description and exit. Okay, very good. Configure hosts and verify connectivity. Okay, IP addresses for the hosts. Remember up here last IPv4 address of each subnet to PCs. Okay, go to PCA, close this, IP configuration. PCA is placed on LAN 1, so use the last. Okay, for PCA on LAN 1, use 10.126 prefix 25. 192, 168, 10. 126 prefix 25 is 128. The default gateway for PCA is the IP address of gigabit 001 on router. So it's the first IP on LAN 1. The first IP is 10.1. Okay, remember that. And go to PCB, close this, IP configuration. Okay, the last IP on LAN 2. This is LAN 2, last IP is 190, prefix 26, 110.190. The subnet mask is 192 for 26 prefix. The default gateway for PCB is the IP address of gigabit 000 on the router. So it's the first IP on LAN 2. The first IP on LAN 2 is 129. 129. Okay, be careful with these numbers and verify connectivity. From PCB, ping PCA. Close this, go to command prompt, ping PCA. What is the IP address of PCA? The last IP on LAN 1 is 126, 192, 168, 10, 126. Very good, my friends, very good. Ping switch 1. What is the IP address of switch 1? The second on LAN 1. If on LAN 1 the first is 1, the second is 2. Okay, 2, 10.2. Very good, repeat. Very nice. Ping gigabit 001 on router is 10.1. Very good. Gigabit 000 on router is 10. The first IP is on LAN 2, the first IP 129. Very nice. Finally test the SSH access to the switch and router. Go to the switch, from PCB access to the switch, close this, open telnet SSH client, use SSH. IP address of the switch is 10.2. Username, remember, net admin, connect, and the password is this, down here, this. Okay, use this, capital C I $CO12345, enter. Very nice. Okay, exit. No. Now access to the router. The IP is use any IP, any interface. So you can use this 129. Username, net admin, connect. The same password, capital C I $CO12345, enter. Very nice. That's it. Thank you very much, my friends. Muchas gracias. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado.